Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. That's giving all praises. His true name is Yahawah, meaning He is, He to be, He exists. Wa means in, Ha means the, Sham means name. Yahawashi being the true name of the one the world frequently calls Jesus Christ. Yahawashi means He is Savior or He is Deliverer. And BAHASHAM, QADASH means the name of the Holy Spirit. RAWCHAA meaning Spirit, QADASH meaning Holy. We want to give double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone that we want to teach well, orderly and fervently through the Spirit, who are the elders of Yasharallah. Alright, to the Akim, meaning brothers, our fellow laborers, in this about truth and sincerity, now more so than ever. To the Akim, YAHAWAH, listening and learning, being doers of the word and abiding in the faith, Wa meaning and, YAHAWAH meaning sisters. And to the speckled bird, you Israelite foreigners, which are scattered across the four winds of the earth, that look like the other nations, but are truly Yasharallah through the Spirit. Shalom, wa barakatan, peace unto you and bless you all. See brother and fellow servant Ariel from the GMS Orlando camp, joined by the like-minded brother Bayanash. We are the Hebrew Israelites coming out day in, day out, week in, week out, to prophesy the downfall of this wicked queendom, mystery Babylon, the great harlot, aka America, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, Rome, Greece, Nineveh, so on and so forth. Alright? America is known as Babylon the Great in the Holy Bible, and according to prophecy, which means to say what's going to happen before it happens. Babylon the Great is going to be destroyed by way of thermonuclear missiles for all its wickedness. Alright? Mainly for opposing all that is Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, all that is holy, all that is righteous. And for having the Israelites and so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians in captivity, continually oppressing us. Alright? So, to you Israelites, this gospel, this message is for you to repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. And if you don't, pursuing the book of Zechariah 13 and 8, you're going to be a part of that two-third number, right? Which are going to be put to death here in Babylon. All right, the Most High God, all right, has pronounced judgment against two-thirds of His own people for their continual sin, their continual wickedness. All right. So Lord's will, we may be part of the elect. We're repenting, returning to our Heavenly Father, returning to our heritage, and rehearsing the righteous acts to the best of our ability, and keeping the faith so that we may be delivered. Now going into the title of this lesson, speaking of deliverance, promise of salvation. Alright, just going into how Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, who the world frequently calls God, in the name of His only begotten Son, He's going to come back. When Yahawah sends His Son Yahawashi back to the earth, like the scriptures say, He will not meet thee as a man, right? But why? Because He's going to be in His angelic, perfect, spiritual body, and He's going to have spiritual power, right? Matter of fact, I'll grab that.
Where is the stairs?
All the way down.
Yeah, all the way in
All the way there.
there. Yeah.
See that?
Came from that way, you should have went through the road. Not me. So Isaiah chapter 47, Isaiah or Yeshaya 47, let's start at verse 1. Alright, because this goes into Babylon's judgment. Right, it says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon." Why is it a virgin daughter of Babylon? Right? The scriptures often describe the regeneration of a thing as the daughter of this, right? The daughter of Babylon, the daughter of the Chaldeans, the daughter of Zion, right? It's referring to essentially the same people in spirit, right? Because Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, the nation of Edom, they are spiritually the Babylonians, the Chaldeans, right? Because they have the Israelites in captivity, right? And this is, hey, you could call Esau, Edom, the daughter of Assyria, the daughter of Egypt, right? Because this is all the heathen kingdoms, all the wickedness of the earth wrapped into one. All right, this is a regeneration of all those previous captivities that we underwent, right? So when it calls Esau the virgin daughter of Babylon, meaning this is Babylon the Great all over again, right? The revitalized Roman Empire. You can say the daughter of Rome too, the daughter of Greece, right? Virgin because it hasn't been touched. Esau Edom's empire, it ain't never been invaded. These people, they never dealt with famine. They never dealt with real like war on right here on American soil.
They haven't had a taste of their own medicine.
Exactly. Hey, because what does the scriptures say that Esau has done? If you grab BAHASHAM, Micah, you can grab Micah 2 and start at the top.
It's Micah 2. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand.
Right, because power was given to the nation of Edom, right, to take peace from the earth. That's what the scriptures say, right? It said, behold, a pale, I'll grab that real quick, right? Because all Esau Edom does is devise iniquity, right? They sleep not except they have done some kind of mischief or caused a man to fall. They literally go out of their way to do evil, all right? Whether it be by framing mischief by law, these different equity act rights for these degenerates, like the transformers, the alphabet community, all right? Whether it be these racist systemic implements that Esau has done for like ever since he made contact with us, right? The rape, the robbery, the murder. This is describing Esau Edom to the T, right? So Revelation chapter 6 and verse 8, it says, and I looked, and behold, a pale horse. And it's no coincidence that, well, I'm not going to say that, right? Because I don't want to give, wrong information. But hey, it's no coincidence that Esau Edom, I'll just say, this man is a clean leper. He's pale his damn self. His blood shows forth through his skin, right? When we talk about the so-called white man, we say so-called because he's not really white, right? He's really translucent. He's different shades of pink and red because his blood shows forth through his skin. Who else gets all red in the face when it's hot? He gets sunburned. Who got the largest cases of skin cancer? Them Israelis, man, them small hats, which say they are Jews and are not, but deceive the whole world. And their true colors are showing. Now no one likes them no more, man.
Quite literally as well. Is that whenever they get upset, you can see it in the side of their faces. You can see the blood come rushing back to the skin.
Right. Their whole face is red. Right? When you, on a hot day, go outside, you see Edomite walking by, they're all red, man. They're literally pink. All right? Blushing, and that's something that, these Edomites have deceived our women into believing. Not even just our women, but even other melanated peoples into believing that, oh, blush is so beautiful and cute and all that. That's just because they're translucent, man. Me personally, I can't stand blush. I don't need that. No woman needs that, man. If it's natural, it's natural. I don't have nothing against it. But it's not something that is cute. You put that pink shit on your face, caking on all this makeup.
Because you're really just trying to look like your enemy.
You're trying to look like Esau Edom. The blonde wigs and weaves.
I always hate those.
The sew-ins, that's madness, man. The whole time, Eve got hair of her own.
Just because we can make it look good doesn't mean that it's good for us.
Right. Because that's leprous. That's really leprosy. But Esau has deceived our women in having low self-esteem, into believing that they gotta make themselves look like them to be accepted, to look good. When Eve, you put in all this work, gluing shit to your scalp, doing all this stuff, right, to look like your oppressors. You envy your oppressors. If you put a fraction of that effort into maintaining your own natural hair and embracing the curls, embracing the 4C hair texture,
and not even just attaching anything else to it, just let it be,
let it breathe, let it grow, then you look good, man. Even the Eves with short hair, right? Because a woman, she's really supposed to have long hair, right? It's a glory unto her.
But all that work that you do to try to look like it, your enemy, is fucking up your hair even worse, going into the curses of having less.
Right. The Lord will smite the crown of the daughter of Zion with the scab, roughly paraphrasing. That's a curse, right? But even the Eves that are not necessarily suffering from that still have their hair. They want to shave it all down, bald, and put a wig on every day. That's madness, man.
There's only 3 things that the Israelite really needs for their hair, which is just water and I would say 2 things really, just water and oils. That's what actually cleans our hair.
Exactly.
Because we don't need to put all that soap that Esau Edom give us, with certain peppermint oils or olive oils and whatnot. That cleans our hair, and our hair can retain it. In the water, that stuff shakes right on out whenever we need it. So it helps clean it,
Yeah, they be complaining, because, bro, y'all don't realize men got forced. We have hair too, and we know how it is maintaining hair.
I don't even do nothing crazy no more. I literally just put water in it, shake it out, and that's it.
That's all you don't even need much, right? You can, there's shampoo, you can get rid of the dandruff if you got any, all that stuff. That's cool, but that's basic. That don't take no effort. You do that in the shower anyway. And we don't even need to wash it every single day. That's actually gonna dry your shit out.
Yeah, if you do it like every 3 to 4 days, and your hair will be perfect.
So any Eve complaining about, it's too hard to maintain, no, it's not. You're lying.
The Lord is simple in His ways. We follow that. It's simplicity. You follow Esau's ways, you gonna have it all fucked up.
Come on, man.
That's why a lot of our women, I don't know if it's developing alopecia, but you develop a look like you got alopecia at least.
Right. Balding, female pattern baldness and all that. Your hair thinning out.
And then the stress that's added on top of that worsens it. The stress can do a number on the body too. But don't stress to try to look like your enemy.
Exactly. You spending all this money. I gotta get my hair done, my nails done, then I got this and that. It's all this money going to your enemies, going to your oppressors, man. Why are you're wasting all your money, wasting all your time, putting all this effort, learning all this shit. Bitch, you could be learning how to sew, you could be learning how to cook, you could be learning how to deal with children, you could be helping your community that way. No, they worried about either their cosmetics, lash technique, them cumbrellas, because that's what they are, right? For harlots.
They don't.
They look horrible. You look like a damn ostrich, man. Literally look like an ostrich. Eyelashes are meant to protect the eyes. They're not. Yeah, the Lord has women that naturally have long eyelashes. It looks beautiful, but putting all that extra shit on, you look crazy. It's too much.
It's when it's done right in balance, it works. But when you overly accentuate it, that's when it's doing too much.
You're gluing fake lashes to your eyes, and when you take them off, you're ripping out your eyelashes, your natural eyelashes. Or you're adding all this mascara, pulling away at your natural eyelashes.
Plus, you're too comfortable with putting that much chemicals near your eyes in general. That's crazy.
That's all this makeup. That's all chemicals, man. When there are natural, again, like the brother said, oils, man. Our women soak in these essential oils: frankincense, myrrh, the peppermint oil, the coconut oil. Coconut oil is fucking. That shit is super. That you can use that for your mouth, your breath, your teeth. You can use that for your skin, your hair.
One size fits all for everything, literally.
Man,
and it's natural.
They get it done, man. There was another oil. I can't remember the name.
Maybe not oil, but cocoa butter. You think?
Yeah, cocoa butter is good too.
It's just.
Hey, the Lord has created medicines out of the earth, and He that is wise shall not abhor them. So it's not hard, bro. It's not complicated. The Lord made it simple. These are all things that He gave us to maintain ourselves, to take care of ourselves, to look good, to feel good.
And how much more so when we get in the kingdom and we have all the knowledge of exactly what to utilize.
Exactly.
Won't even be confused about it. Somebody will say something, there's going to be a nation that's not Israel, some heathen nation, talking about, you got to put this in your hair, and you're gonna look at them like they crazy.
Yeah, right. Sure. You're going to the back lanes making chemicals, putting stuff together, and selling it to people.
Put cow dung in your hair. Bitch, get out of here.
Ham over there got the cow pissing. They washing their head in the damn cow piss, man. And you wonder why ham look like that. They can't grow their hair. Ham can't be. They don't grow their hair like we grow our hair. They can't grow facial hair like we grow facial hair. They be doing all weird types of shit to their skin.
All that.
We not the same, bro.
They'd be
Not
like,
the same.
I've seen a video on how they mark their bodies. It's like they take a small little razor, pinch a certain spot, cut off a certain amount of skin, and then pierce it so that it can grow a scar tissue. That's how that character Killmonger got all them bumps all over their body, man. What kind of skin?
That's nasty.
And
How's
Lord-
that any different from getting a tattoo?
And the thing is, that's what I was gonna say. The Lord said, don't mark your
Right,
your
no
body.
markings upon your body.
Yeah. That's how you know, like you said, we are completely different.
Way different. Same thing with them dreadlocks, man. Clumping, mashing hair together. Your shit's stinking. You can't wash it, otherwise it's gonna come undone. It's all matted. Bro, that's not our custom. That really came from the Elamites. They're called Shiva Jachas. Bro, that's why it goes into it all the time.
Yep.
You're not supposed to have that shit in your head.
That was their goddess.
Right.
Shiva.
Shiva.
Yeah.
That blue bitch with the arms and the tongue out all the time. See that? See? Hey,
They worshiping a
hey,
smurf.
let me grab this. Man, what was that at? Deuteronomy. I think I have it saved.
You look at just in there with that 15. I was gonna wait.
15.
No, I'm not talking about that.
Oh, okay.
We're just talking about the
Where's
promise.
that at?
Wait, what are you looking for?
It says something like, whatsoever, let me look that up, whatsoever is right in their own eyes is right.
If you want the King James Bible, search for the whatsoever in eyes, specifically
Right.
that initial.
Yep. Deuteronomy 12. Deuteronomy chapter 12 and verse, I'm going to start at verse 8. Or, oh man, it was something that we went over in class. Is that at the end of Deuteronomy 12? Or was it that? No, yep. Deuteronomy 12 and verse 29. When the Lord thy power shall cut off the nations from before thee, whither thou goest to possess them, and thou succeedest them, and dwellest in their land, right? Because he gave us, the land of, that land of Canaan, right? How he had us pretty much get rid of those wicked nations that were performing all types of abominations and idolatry and fornication. And we took over the land, right? The Lord purified the land by getting rid of the polluters. The land cannot be cleansed except by the blood of them that shed it. And that's all it was doing. The original wicked ones was freaking Ham, man. Them so-called Africans. Before Esau came along. Right? Which technically it was still Esau, the spirit of Esau, the spirit of the wicked, but and Hamites was our first enemies, like physically. Right? So it said, verse 30, take heed to thyself that thou be not snared by following them, after that they be destroyed from before thee, and that thou inquire not after their gods, saying, how did these nations serve their gods? Even so will I do likewise. Thou shalt not do so unto the Lord thy God. For every abomination to the Lord which he hated have they done unto their gods. For even their sons and their daughters they have burnt in the fire to their gods, them child sacrifices. What things soever I command you, observe to do it. Thou shalt not add thereto, nor diminish from it. Right? And that verse 8 that I was reading, it says, ye shall not do after all the things that we do here this day. Every man whatsoever is right in his own eyes. Because that's off. That's how our people are operating now, is doing whatever it is they want to do. Do as thou wilt. That Alistair Crowley spirit.
And it's a beautiful point that you brought that up. So verse 30, it says, take heed to thyself that thou be not snared by following them. What do you constantly hear day to day? Can we normalize this? Can we normalize that? And it's always something that does not need to be normalized.
Right.
It's always something that's going on. And whenever we allow that shit to keep going on, that's how we get further and further away from YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, man.
Yeah. Well, let me grab this because I was reading this in the middle of what you were reading in Micah 2. So Revelation 6 and 8. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed him. Right? Death and hell represents the grave, not literal a place where your spirit burns forever after you die. Right? And guess what? Don't it say that in Habakkuk 2? This is Habakkuk. If you get it first. I got it. Habakkuk or Habakkuk, chapter 2, and I'm going to start at verse, to the point in verse 5. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, as the grave, right? Because the grave, you know, the earth, it's ashes to ashes, dust to dust. You're never going to run out of room for the dead. See what I'm saying? So, and you know, because sin is all consuming. The wages of sin is death. It'll never get, it's never going to be satisfied. It'll keep taking people as long as there's still people to take. You know what I mean? So, for this man to be compared to death and hell, that tells you what the man that we're dealing with, right? It says, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. I mean, he goes and invades other people, searching for weapons of mass destruction, saying that, oh, this and that, I'm going to spread my democracy, I'm going to give them, we're going to colonize them, and really we made them better. We advanced them technologically and all that. And these are lies, right? All he's ever done is oppress other people, which we're going to get back to that in Micah 2. It says, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Isn't that what we're dealing with this melting pot, America, Babylon the Great, where you can find everyone here? Okay, so it's not. This is prophecy. This is how it lines up. So going back to Revelation 6, to finish this off, verse 8, and I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him, and power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth, to kill with the sword, and with hunger, and death, and with the beasts of the earth. Let me see, there was another one I wanted to grab real quick. Oh, Revelation 6, up to verse 4, right? It said, and there went out another horse that was red. That one is what I was thinking about, because Esau name is red, right? They said, therefore was Esau called Edom, right? And Edom, going into Adawam, it means red, if I'm not mistaken. Esau, his name is Ishashua, right? And that means wasted away his heat. But when he came out, he was leprous, red all over like. So they were like, this nigga wasting away. He's leprous, because that wasn't normal. We were all melanated, right? So for someone to be that, like that, right, out of one. When he went and took that red pottage of lentils that Jacob was still in the midst of cooking, he said, man, give me that. I'm hungry. I just came from the field. I'm at the point to die. Just feed me that red pottage with lentils. I don't care if it's done or not. And Jacob was like, well, sell me your birthright. And Esau said, I don't give a damn about this birthright. Just feed me. And then it said, therefore was he called Edom, meaning red, right? And that falls in line with Esau, Edom's current habits, his tendency to eat raw meat, to love blood, to pursue unto blood. Like it says in Ezekiel, it goes into, since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Now it's your turn, right? Which is what we're going into. right? Because the judgment of Esau, Edom, and the rest of these heathen nations, but mainly Esau, Edom, is directly coincided with the salvation of the Israelites. So Revelation 6 and 4, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And it was given unto him a great sword, right? And didn't Isaac bless Esau with the sword? He said, by thou sword shalt thou live. So that's how Esau Edom gets down. By violence. Okay? You got it.
This is Micah 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand.
Right.
And
like we just read. Power was given unto him to take peace from the earth, to kill, to steal, and destroy. That's his whole purpose here. Right?
And that's a beautiful point, because although we were supposed to rule, the way that he usurped that authority was by having the bigger stick.
Right, right. Because he made the advancement in weaponry, right? Because again, his blessing is the sword. Because he had them guns.
Imagine you actually trying to have a conversation with somebody. They pull out an actual long sword,
right?
And then they pull out the first AK-47. There's no.
Like, you can't do anything about that.
Do that. And then going forward.
And really, you don't even know what the fuck that is. Right?
Exactly.
You're looking at him like, what the fuck is that? You still trying to fire?
Bah! And it sounds
oh,
like,
shit.
and it sounds like lightning just went off right next to you.
Bro.
Yeah, that's gonna put some fear in
By means of those miracles, he deceived the nations. They're like, this nigga got power. Like, what he got?
Imagine trying to argue with the so-called white man, and he's holding the button to a nuke, talking about shut up.
That too.
And that's not even the worst of what he's got.
Bro,
that Project Bluebeam.
All the things that he's shown us, bro, they say that whatever they show you in the movies and TV, whatever in the news,
40, 60 years in the past they had that.
Bro.
They had drones in the 1960s.
Yeah.
That shit is scary.
The drones just made, they've just been made available to the public in recent years.
Yeah, like 2018, I believe.
Yeah.
That's where they started hitting the. I remember having the idea of a remote control helicopter was so cool. Mm-hmm. But they've been having this technology way back in the past, so you really don't know what they have now. Come on, let me give you. Verse 2, and they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage.
Isn't that what he's done? Look at Ishmael being one of the main examples of that in the world, right? He's done completely ruined these people's reputations, man. They're literally associated with terrorism, even though Esau Edom is the main terrorist on the earth.
The original crash out.
Right. All right. Terrorism by actual bombing, terrorism by colonization, scorched earth, ruining your crops and your water supply, poisoning the people with the food, eco-terrorists.
Those drones that people use for sporting events just to capture stuff, like on their phone and whatnot. Esau Edom is taking that same drone and made it a tiny propulsion weapon, like a grenade, to fly at you and to explode directly at you. So he ain't even got to be there. And it's all done with AI directing it. So it can just lock onto your face, lock onto your heat temperature, and where you're going. He ain't even got to do nothing. How do you fight that, man?
So you got heat seeking missiles. You can sense your heat signature through walls. You can see your ass.
Through Wi-Fi, the signals bouncing all around the room creates a 3D map for them to know what's going on in your house. They don't even need a camera. And not only that, they could shine a laser and a light to read the audio in the room. They don't need no cameras or microphones around there. I've seen videos of that shit. That shit is crazy. Just shining a laser and a light, the sound bounces off of the light ever so slightly, and they can read it, and they just amplify it a little and tune it, and they can hear everything that's going on inside your house.
And I thought night vision was crazy.
Exactly. How long have they had this technology, though? They've known this. but yet they can't find a single missing children. They know how to find literally everything else in the. Back in the early 2000s, they had satellites that would just watch you. Now they have the cameras that can actually piece together every place that you've ever been. It's, hey,
Man, he saw.
and it's not enough.
It's not enough.
He wants that mark in you, so he knows your thoughts at all times.
Yeah.
Like that when you were talking about putting that chip in the bowl and whatnot. And was that you that brought it up? Or was that
Chip in the bowl. It might have been.
Yeah, they put a chip in a bowl and pressed the button, and it made that anger like go crazy. You press it again, completely shut off the anger.
Yeah.
And that's gonna happen to you, Jay.
Hey, they showed you that in Black Mirror, the new season of Black Mirror. I forgot what that shit was called.
I gotta look.
But it was pretty much an episode where I believe it was like a Neuralink type chip, brain chip, where it could control your mood. You could turn up the settings on pleasure, on relaxation, nonchalance, right? You could control your emotions, right, through that app. And you're connected to the Wi-Fi. It was a woman that pretty much became like brain dead or something like that. But they put that chip, as long as you're connected to the Wi-Fi within a certain area, then she could stay alive, right? But then they started running ads through you. You're reciting some advertisements. If you go outside of your operating area, then you just shut down. That's they showing you how it is, man.
No, fucked up that gotta be. You gotta be talking to your mom like, hey mom, you remember this from my childhood? A fitness brand patient. I don't know.
Literally, that's how it was, man.
But think about, see, that idea sounds appealing for some. To, oh man, I would love the ability to just feel better without actually having to do anything or whatnot. But then think about how, as a whole, everybody's going to be consistently lying to themselves on a whole new level. There is no honesty going on at that point. At least nowadays, people are honest about how dishonest they are. Now they're going to be dishonest about how dishonest they are. On a whole different level.
That's going to be mad.
Okay. Micah 2 verses 3. Therefore saith Yahawah, behold, against this family I do devise an evil. That's it?
Yeah. But going back to so the point was basically the ones that work iniquity upon their beds and oppress a man and his heritage. All right, that is perfectly describing the nation of Edom. All right, that's all he's done. According to prophecy, that's all he's going to do. To the point where he's going to attempt to blot out the remembrance of Israel and the worship of YAHAWASHI and YAHAWASHI, because he wants to put himself in the position of the Most High God. It tells you in Isaiah 14. It also tells you in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. I'll grab
That's been his main plan from the beginning, is to try to get rid of Israel.
Right. I'm gonna grab 2 Thessalonians 2. And I'm gonna start at verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. That's talking about Esau, right? Because he's the man of sin. He's the main antagonist, if you will. It says, this is what he does, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he, as God, sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. So that's his goal, is to literally replace the Most High. I'll grab that in Isaiah 14.
I did a video about that. I feel the people who run those, not Elon Musk, but the people who are backing the Neuralink, the hedge fund managers, the Oppenheimers, all of them, they were talking, saying, if you're trying to get in the way of me becoming a god, I will do everything to kill you. Wow. That's what they want with this chip, man.
They believe that they're going to be cyborg gods, immortals. They're going to be able to upload their minds to the cloud or something.
Like that TV show Altered Carbon, where they live forever. The body dies, pull out the chip, boom, put it in another body, I'm alive again.
Right. Which the scriptures tell you. I'm going to have to read that real quick. in Ecclesiastes, right? That's how I found out. It was when I was new in the truth, I found out that whole cloning shit. That shit not real, man. Ecclesiastes 8:8. There is no man that hath power over the spirit to retain the spirit. Neither hath he power in the day of death. And there is no discharge in that war. Neither shall wickedness deliver those that are given to it. So the Lord has control over souls, man. Esau does not have the ability to manipulate, control, or alter spirits. So that whole uploaded intelligence shit, trying to put your mind in the cloud, you can maybe download a copy or replicate your memories or tendencies with AI, but you're gonna be dead. You're dead. You can't transfer your spirit into a computer. So Esau don't even realize that, but he's so deceived in his pride, he believes he's going to be able to accomplish these things. And he's deceived the people into believing that when we take these chips, we're going to be able to be cyborgs and live forever, be immortal. You can't, bro. You don't have power over the spirit. Once you're dead, right, if it be the Lord's will, your spirit goes to him. Unless the Lord is, because they be saying, oh, willpower, he stayed alive, he fought cancer, he fought through the surgery, he died for a couple seconds or a couple minutes or whatever. It's up to the Lord. Whatever happens to somebody, whether they live or die, that's in the Lord's hand.
That's because they have the idea that free will is a real thing.
Exactly.
It's all the Lord's will. There's no free will.
You have to understand, and that's really, when you go into that, that's really deep knowledge, right? Because we still speak about how, all right, you need to, oh man.
Is it mentioned again?
My mom called. Salakia for the interruption. And Shalom, brother, do of thy youth, Yahawadah Shem Barakah. Right? When we still speak about, making decisions and how we need to choose life. That thou mayest live. The scriptures go into that. But if you dive deep, because it's really deep when you go into how free will is not real, and how everything that we're doing, everything that we're saying, every step we take, every choice that we make is really already written. It's really according to the Heavenly Father's will. Whether you are righteous, whether you are wicked, that's up to the Lord. No one can just choose their lot.
And a best way to make that hit home as simple as possible is prophecy itself shows you there's no way around it.
Exactly.
So it's not that deep, but it goes that deep.
It goes that deep. We have the illusion of free will, but we just don't know how our choices are going to lead us to our predestinated outcome. That's the thing, right? So when you tell someone, oh, we don't have free will, they're not gonna grasp it. They're not gonna understand it. Because you tell somebody in the world you don't got free will, and they're gonna be like, then what's the point? Then blah blah blah. Well, guess what? That was the Lord's will too. That your ass would still be wicked. That you would hear that you would hear this knowledge and be like, well then, I don't care. There's no point if it's already determined. And guess what? It was determined that when you hear that, you would react that way. Because you are predestinated to be wicked, more than likely. Okay? But again, we just don't know. We don't know the future. We don't know the exact outcome of each individual. But we are working out our salvation with fear and trembling.
Because it's like explaining the concept of free will to characters in a movie. The movie is still going to play out exactly how it was shot.
Right.
At certain points, does the character not know what's going to happen? But they can, in that sense, I guess it would be like an omen. But like that's even too. You can't explain to a main character that all that's what's happening.
Right.
You can't do anything outside of what you were always going to do.
Exactly. You're following a script. You're just not aware of it. But the elect is aware of it. But that's why the Lord has only given this to a remnant. All right, like He told Ezra, unto thee and a few men like thee have I revealed these things, because this really is too much for the world to handle. Okay, even when we break it down like that, they still don't grasp it. They still don't get it. Madness, man. smoke shop with a vape and a
That's
stroller.
crazy.
That's insane, bro. But that's, like I said, man, that gets the most, that store, that smoke shop gets the most traffic, man.
Yep.
The most traffic. Common people, a mother, these dudes in suits, businessmen looking people.
I shut up on camera.
I think, no, I don't.
Move it so when she come out, you can see it. That's insane.
All types of, that gets the most traffic because people are, because I know they got vapes.
We got healthier air with the incense right here.
Right, we got the incense.
That's crazy.
You don't want, it's madness, man. They are sedating themselves. They can't survive without that. Oh, I need to relieve some stress. I need to either, smoke. I need to take these pills, right? They can't survive without that, you know. But
they're just building their lack of tolerance so that when famine hits, they bug the fuck out.
Right. See, they don't even, again, going into no free will. Every little thing, they don't even realize how those choices that they're making, right, are going to lead them to prophecy. In the time of Jacob's trouble, they're going to be the ones that bug out like that.
And that's crazy because I used to smoke heavily for years. I wanted to quit so many times, but the Lord said it's not time yet. It's literally like that. And then one day he was just like, all right, no more.
Cold turkey.
And then, yeah, my flesh wanted to go back one other time, and it damn near made my lung collapse. And I was like, fuck it, never again.
Hey, it's like that, you know? Again, we just don't know how our choices are going to lead us to that destination, right? But it's the Lord's will, regardless. Okay? Was I reading something or you were reading something?
I got something in Deuteronomy 15. It's Deuteronomy 15, verse 5. Only if thou carefully hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to observe, to do all the commandments of which I command thee this day, for Yahweh thy power blesseth thee, as he had promised thee, and thou shalt lend unto many nations, but thou shalt not borrow, and thou shalt reign over many nations, but they shall not reign over thee.
Hey, going into how when we're in the kingdom, everything's going reverse. Because right now we go to our enemies for one of all things. Right? Food, water, everything is polluted, it's poisoned, and it's corrupted, and it's unfair, it's unjust.
It's disgusting.
Right? But in the kingdom, and that's how merciful the Lord is. Because I realized that a while ago, like, the Lord is even having mercy on the nations. Because they don't deserve to live in peace like that. They don't deserve.
They put their hands on Yahawadah.
Right.
And they benefited from us being in captivity.
Mm-hmm.
Really, they deserve, still we deserve it worse than them because we're the
Right.
apple. But they touched the apple of the little God.
It's the fact that they are going to live in a world with clean, pure everything, where they're going to have freedom, actual freedom, to be in their own land, to live in peace. Right? They're going to be slaves to us. They're going to be tributaries, but we're not going to oppress them. We're not going to be doing all the things that Esau's doing right now.
I don't know when, but that dude's going to get an accident. He's got bald ass tires.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he doesn't. I don't know what he knows.
Yeah. Hey man, hey, we always observe things like that because we be thinking we down bad. These people are down bad, man. Why YAHAWAH, we not in their predicament? You know, because brothers be dealing with stuff, but the Lord be making a way out of it. The Lord be helping us. These niggas driving with no front bumper.
Mm-hmm.
These niggas driving with bald ass tires, with brakes screaming for life.
I seen one bitch try to change her brakes, and she took off the previous brake pad. It was like paper.
Oh,
Nothing
man.
was on that. It was like film. And I'm
Just
like,
steel scratching steel.
damn.
It's madness, man. How did she even brake?
Thoughts and prayers.
And you wonder why there's an accident on the I-4 every day. That shit always blocked. That's why I don't be going on that shit.
People don't take actual care of their things, much less themselves.
Right.
And it leads to constant stupidity. They on their phones when they're driving all the time. They don't communicate while driving.
Mm-hmm.
They don't pay attention to when they need to start driving. So it's just a recipe for disaster. That's why, man, here in Florida, it's one of the worst places to drive, man.
Hey, but hey, leading to right, my grandma, abuela, looking like a damn hot girl summer. Like, you tripping?
You're about 40 years too late.
Yeah. But like that's another part of the way these people. I mean, that's how these people are now. So imagine Jacob's trouble. Imagine Jacob's trouble. They're gonna be crazy, man. Right, that's a smoke shop right there.
You got a pack of cigarettes right now.
Pack of
Look at
cigarettes,
me.
crazy. Secondhand smoke.
Menthol breast milk.
Right. Man.
Madness, man. All this shit. We can't wait for all this shit to go away, man.
Yeah. Cause this shit is not sustainable, man.
How many problems is that kid gonna grow up with all that chemicals? You just gonna hold the baby right there and open up that pack? She's sitting right there with that brand new pack that she bought. That's fucking insane, man.
Yeah, you people just don't give a shit no more, man.
Oh yeah, but
You just don't care no more.
bringing us out of that bullshit.
We would have been through. Hey, I want to grab this, right? Because I was going to read this right behind 2 Thessalonians 2. Isaiah 14:12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation. For real. In the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. So Edom has this attitude of, I'm actually going to be like the Most High. I'm going to replace the Most High God, right? All that is worship, all that is called God, right? That's how prideful this man is, that he actually seeks to oppose the highest. That's why when it comes to Yahawadah returning, they're going to be afraid, and yet durst fight. They're going to still believe that they can somehow fight back against Yahawadah and the angels, right?
It's going to be like when Superman touched down with the army, and they'd be like shooting them bullets and pew, pew,
yeah,
bouncing right off.
It said, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, Is this the man? Is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms?
Is this your king?
Right. Is this your king? They're going to look down on him. The nation's going to be like, this is the guy that had all this power, that deceived us into believing that he got it? Right? Talking about democracy, talking about liberty and freedom, all this deception. This is the guy that we followed after, that we were hypergamous unto, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners. All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, everyone in his own house. Right. Like how the brother read. We're not going to oppress a man in his heritage like how Esau is doing it now. You're going to be allowed to live in your own country, in your own land, right? And you're going to keep the laws of the Most High, but you're going to have your own shit. You know what I'm saying?
Like how you're going to have your own house, which is going to be separate from everyone else's house. Unlike now where we got fuck-ass apartments,
houses stuck together, townhouses,
duplexes and shit.
That shit is wicked. Studio apartments. That's madness. That shit shouldn't even exist.
Had a closet for $3,000 a month in New York.
That's crazy. We were renting an office space. They put a washer and dryer in it and say that it's an apartment.
Actually, I believe is it Florida? I believe Florida has like the worst rent.
Yeah. New York is pretty atrocious. Florida's pretty bad too. I ain't gonna lie to you.
The average monthly rent for a studio apartment is $2,081 for a studio apartment in Miami, Florida. A studio meaning 500 to 600 square feet. That ain't nothing, bro.
Yeah, that's a room. That's barely a room.
That's barely a bedroom with a closet and bathroom.
Oh my God.
But you gonna have a mansion
You gonna
just
have
to
your own
yourself,
shit,
and
man.
acres. You're gonna have your own, and then your own farm and all of that.
Right. Grow your own food. We're not going to be mass producing shit and selling it to you. Right.
And then things will be taken care of for you.
Right.
On your behalf, you know?
Nothing genetically modified. Nothing sprayed with all types of chemicals, pesticides. Nothing that's going to kill you. All natural, man. Y'all gonna love it.
Every day gonna be a perfect day.
Right. It said all the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, everyone in his own house. But thou, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with the sword that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden under feet. It's no respect for this man.
Exactly.
That's the Lord. He said, no respect for Esau, Edom. You're not even worthy of a proper burial. Right? Because what did he do to us? He left us hanging from trees. Right? Like the brothers be joking around, but it's serious. Pulling his legs, he ain't dead yet. Cutting off your rod, pickling it, putting it in a jar, taking our hair and putting it in furniture.
I never understood the pickling our rod thing. What kind of fuck
It's weird.
gay ass shit for
BBC
you to
envy.
try to.
That's a weirdo, bro.
That's how do you wrap your mind around that? Give me his dick. That's weird, bro.
Lug breaking. Why would you do that? This dude is a madman. He literally got to go. He has to go.
And yet, the Stockholm syndrome is crazy with these Christians that want to save him so bad. Like, why? This is the man who did that to you, who secretly wants to do it to you again, and can't wait until this shit goes sideways so he can go back to doing it.
Shit, it ain't even a secret no more, man. He saw rebels in being able to. Oh, now we don't need a permit to conceal carry. We can bring our weapons wherever we want. You know, get me a nigger today. I'm gonna do this and that.
Them
They
sundown
wanted that
towns.
shit to go. Yeah, they want to go. They want the shit to go down, man. They're like, hey, I wish you niggas would come and riot in my town, riot by my shops. Or we gonna make sure you guys never come back. They're itching to put their finger on the trigger and put Jake to death, man. They go and join the police force just to be able to do that freely, to harass our people and traffic them.
The American government is the biggest gang in the world.
Literally, ain't nothing but a gang. It's not for your benefit. It's not for the people.
No justice and serving and nothing.
Right? They just want to control. They want to drug the people, mind control them, and chip them. It all leads to that chip. Because Esau even wants total control, but like we're reading, right? Verse 20. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. For I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name, and remnant, and son, and nephew, saith the Lord Yahawah. So it's over for Esau, man. And I can go back to Isaiah 47, unless you have something. Isaiah, Yeshaya 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Right, you're not a first world country no more. Right, this ain't this ain't paradise for the so-called white man no more. Now you struggling just like we are. Like what is always saying, welcome back, you bitch, you. Welcome back. This is where you belong. You're the basis of men. And you really a damn cave beast, a cave dweller.
That's what Caucasian means.
Right. All right. From the mountains of Georgia, Russia, Mount Petra and such, braying among the bushes, neighing and grunting like a wild animal, eating juniper roots and mallows. Right.
They're proud of that image of the caveman.
That's
Like,
where they
that's what-
originated.
Yeah, they're proud of that.
They invented fire. Year one. Quest for fire. That's not something to be proud of. You look crazy. You came from monkeys. Like, what? How does that make sense? The reality is, y'all are fugitives and vagabonds. vagabonds. And that's where y'all came from. That's your natural habitat. Them caves. That's why you build everything like this. It looks like a big cave. Literally, if you look around, let me pan this around. Look, this looks like a big cave, man. This is a freaking cave. Everything is stone, brick. Look at the ground, the sidewalk, the roads, everything. This is not good for your health. It's not good for your feet, your joints.
That's
your
beautiful
bones.
that you say that, because you're supposed even if you walk barefoot amongst the grass,
Right.
you'll feel more connected to the earth than you do on concrete.
Mm-hmm.
There's a study showing, I'm going to test it out myself, where you take a nail and wrap some, I think it's copper wire or a string, and you take that, plug it into the earth, and then take that string all the way to your bed, and you put it on your bed, and it's supposed to give you the most rejuvenating sleep and whatnot, because it's called grounding, you know?
Yeah.
Because of being connected to the earth in that way. I'm gonna try it out to see if it's legit. But even so, we're supposed to be, even when, was it Moses who was talking, or am I thinking of? Like there was sacred ground to take off your sandals to
Right,
come
the holy
before.
place.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I just looked it up. Earthing or grounding connects people to the Earth's natural healing energy. That's real, because we're all, hey, bro, we're made up of elements. We conduct electricity. 70% of our body is water. So electricity, you know, through water, that's super conductive.
One of the things that you have to ingest is electrolytes.
So, right. It says Earth's natural healing energy. It reduces inflammation, pain, and stress, improves blood flow, sleep, and vitality. It says this practice involves walking barefoot outdoors or using indoor grounding systems while sleeping or sitting.
Yeah, that indoor grounding system, that's what I'm gonna try out.
Yeah. And not just anywhere outdoors, but on actual earth, soil, grass. But you can barely even do that in this society because there's dog poop and shit everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
There's all types of chemicals on the grass that they spray.
The best chances that you got is to go into a completely open field
Right.
and hope that nobody's been there before you.
Right.
And if there's a lot of flowers there, that's your best bet.
In places where they do like shooting music videos or something, you gotta go where there's straight up land. There's straight land. That's where you gotta go. But
That's to show you how much there is that can heal you just with the earth itself, without any chemicals from no pills, no unnecessary scripts or whatnot. The earth is meant to heal.
talking about antidepressants, just be in touch with nature, man.
Yeah, literally go outside, look at the clouds, man. It is hard to have a bad day and see a gorgeous sunset.
Exactly.
That shit will a good sunset will actually, it sounds corny to a lot of people, but really, it really does reshape your whole day. It just, wow, I'm glad I was alive to see that, you know?
Because Jake is so destroyed, man. Jake is so mentally gone. They're like, man, I don't got, if you ain't talking money,
Or
right?
drugs, or women.
I could be getting money right now. I could be getting boxed. I could be doing this or that. I could be on the game. Nigga, take some time out of your day to take care of your health.
You got the best graphics possible out in real life, and you want to see it on a video game.
On GTA 5,
Look at
GTA
the
6
neon
coming out.
lights. Bro, you have that here.
You want VR. Nigga, this VR, man.
This shit should give you chills. You don't get that feeling in an artificial life.
Right.
You can watch a movie and emotionally connect with it, but you don't actually. Even when you go to the theaters and there's a character who, even if there's like raining and it's thunder out, it doesn't sound like real thunder.
Yeah.
Real thunder actually shakes you. You know, it's just simulation of life. And so many of our people, even the other nations, are so zeroed in on this artificial life versus the life that YAHAWAH and His wants to give us. And it still permeates, it cuts through all this shit And it's still way more beautiful than anything that Esau could ever possibly manipulate in his favor. Because he can't create nothing, man, except death.
You gotta take one to go into cyberspace, into the metaverse, and explore, and do all this. We should be able to do this in real life, man. We should be able to see the sights, see the mountains, the valleys, the hills, these beautiful natural biomes in real life. The earth is meant to be enjoyed, to be explored, to be lived in. We shouldn't be living just trying to survive, because guess what? At the end of the day, you're going to have to take that headset off at some point.
Yeah.
You're going to have to go back to the real world at some point.
It's all that self-isolation stuff that's being pushed out there as well. All these headphones with noise cancellation, this VR for your own world and whatnot.
Yeah.
All that's just meant to keep you from being closed off. But really, when you think about it, even as a child, your best memories were always with other people.
Yeah.
Even if it was your own family, it was still not by your own self. You may have some cool self-experiences, but it's nothing on being able to share that experience with somebody, you know?
They're going to be all isolated, shut in. We're not meant to live like that, man.
Hell, even as a kid, your birthday parties would suck if it was just by yourself.
Right. You want your friends to come through.
Yeah.
Isaiah 47 and 1, or verse 2. Take the millstones and grind meal. Uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Going into, the next verse is going to say it. It says, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, meaning with shame. Esau, your shame is being uncovered. That's what we're doing right now. Pointing the finger at him, waving the hand, all the way to the gates of the nobles, telling them, we know who you are, we know what's going on, and we know your future. This is where you're headed. Destruction, captivity, under us, the ones that you look down upon for so long, that you oppressed for so long. Right now, Esau's about to get a taste of his own medicine.
And it's crazy how Esau has changed the narrative of how we're not supposed to be judging, but we are righteousness supposed to be able to do so. But look at how he manipulated us into believing snitches get stitches, so we don't want to say nothing now.
Exactly.
Can't hold nobody accountable for what they do now.
When you're supposed to. No, that's good, because you're supposed to. It's the rudiments of this world. He's done brain rotted everyone into believing that ways of righteousness are corny, are straight edge, are boring. Perfection is boring. Nigga, if everyone was perfect, we'd be good, bro. There'd be peace on earth. Perfection is the goal. They be saying, oh, perfect is boring. I love all your imperfections and blah, blah, blah. That corny ass sim shit, man.
I hate that. You want to deal with unnecessary, stupid ass conversations for no fucking reason instead of having order?
No. Stop it, bro.
A genuine, pure, unproblematic connection.
A real emotional, you can really emotionally connect. Because right now, you can't emotionally connect with these women. You can't emotionally connect with a lot of these dudes out here. Brothers don't be having no friends outside the truth, man. We literally don't fuck with nobody except for the brothers around us, the like-minded brethren. You can't. If you don't have the same foundation, then every conversation is going to be fucking ruling.
Man, that's crazy that you said that, because literally, that's exactly one of my oldest friends, known for about 10 years. Ever since I came into this, he's like, man, this shit's really boring to talk to you now. All you do is talk about the scriptures. I'm like, man, that's all I give a fuck about, man.
That's all that there is to talk about.
All you want to talk about is drugs and bitches and going to parties and whatnot. Like, bro, I ain't got time for that.
Niggas, brothers don't watch no, and even if we do, we're not super invested. They be like, oh, well, LeBron could do this, and but nigga, I don't care. LeBron ain't nobody, man. I'm worried about if you want to talk about celebrities, how about YAHAWASHI, man?
Exactly. And it's corny to them. It's corny. But really, it's carnal.
Oh, you're a Bible thumper.
Yeah.
Bro, okay.
That's
all right.
Mm-hmm. If you thinking this is corny, you carnal. I'm going to be a title for a lesson.
If you think this is corny, you're carnal. Yeah, I said that. I said, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. Right? Because who is this that cometh from Basra with dyed garments from Edom? Yahawashi, about to shed the blood of these damn Edomites and take vengeance upon the wicked. Thus saith the Lord, man. As for our Redeemer, Yahweh of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Yasharallah. Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. Right? I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. And thou saidst, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst thou remember the latter end of it. Therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day. Right? All it's going to take is 1 hour for Babylon to be completely obliterated. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, no, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. Therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it riseth. And mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off. And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. So it's going to be a bloodbath, man. Esau Edom's going to get his just desserts. Like I think it was that Thomas Jefferson quote, I tremble to think that the Most High God is a just God. Because what's going to come to America, if that's the case, which it is the case, spoiler alert, America's through. You Edomites is done. Because you've lived deliciously. You have had us in captivity and completely unapologetically continued in wickedness. So what's going to come is hey, it's long overdue.
The stupidity of mourning the fact that this place is going to go down, you know, that's the problem with Jake. You're being promised something far more than you can even imagine.
Right.
And yet you're worried about the place that's done nothing but treat you like shit. Worse than shit. Dog shit gets treated better than you here.
Right.
And you actually want this place to stay. I was so close to making it in the music industry. I was trying to be an actor. I was trying to be a dancer. Bro, you don't even have to have a purpose in the kingdom. You just don't live perfectly.
You'll just be able to be.
You don't have to. What do you want to do? No, nothing. Just whatever the fuck I want to do is going to happen, and it's going to be in righteousness.
Right.
Perfection. I can just have it all. And yet, worried about the dumbest shit, bro. It is crazy. That's all I got.
No, you
I'll-
good.
I'll
That's
just-
the spirit. Because they put all these expectations on Jake, especially Jake, man. We're expected to start from the negatives. We didn't get left shit by our parents. If our dad is even there. A lot of us don't got none of that, no role model. We gotta just go grind. We have no incentive to do it the right way, quote unquote. Even when we try to do it the right way, we get blocked. We get
The rules all of a sudden change on you.
right. We start going to school. They stop requiring grades. We're trying to do all these things. Go to college, get an education. Last hired, first fired. That's real. Oh well, we found another suitable candidate, or well, we already filled our racial quota. We don't need you.
Our racial quota. That just shows how bad they really don't fuck with us. And yet you still want to keep them around.
They'll bring one or two because they have to, right? But they don't really want Jake around. They don't really want to deal with you. Shalom, brother Tazadakta, YAHAWASHI Barakatah, Shalom Akwat, YAHAWASHI Barakatah, and Dylan. Just saying we're going to a lesson right now. Maybe I'll do a video on that. He said, I'll screenshot it. I don't have no opinion on the scriptures. It's just the true doctrine of Yahawashi. I don't have no opinion. The question that you're asking is not even right. No, no hard feelings, no disrespect to you personally, but it's just not the right time. We're getting ready to close out, So I don't have no opinion on those scriptures, but I can bring out.
We fully agree with the scriptures.
I fully agree with the scriptures. If there's a lesson to be done, I'll do it, but I don't have no opinion, and this ain't the place to be asking me questions. All right. So I wanted to grab this in Isaiah chapter 60. And I'll start at verse 19. The sun shall be no more thy light by day, neither for brightness shall the moon give light unto thee, but the Lord Yahweh shall be unto thee an everlasting light, and thy power thy glory. Thy sun shall no more go down, neither shall thy moon withdraw itself, for the Lord Yahweh shall be the everlasting light, thine everlasting light, and the days of thy mourning shall be ended. Right? The days of thy mourning shall be ended. Thy people also shall be all righteous. They shall inherit the land forever. The branch of my planting, the work of my hands, that I may be glorified. A little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. I, the Lord, will hasten it in his time. So we have the kingdom. We have so much to look forward to. The Lord's going to multiply us, right? We're going to have to expand outside of the earth. We're going to be able to explore all these different planets. We're going to be able to live in peace and harmony. Right? It said, YAHAWAH and Yahawashi shall be thy light. Right? He's going to take care of us. It's not that the sun and moon are actually going to disappear, but we're going to have an everlasting light in YAHAWAH and Yahawashi. We're not going to be in darkness and obscurity and uncertainty ever again. We're not going to be under the curses anymore. We're going to be pure. We're going to be holy. We're going to be perfect and immortal in those new bodies.
That's also going into we're not going to be confused when the rest of the world will be. Because we're going to have YAHAWAH and Yahawashi guiding us every step of the way. So when it comes to, you want to read that part one more time? So I could,
People shall be all righteous.
no, a little
The
bit
sun and the
of
moon.
light.
I'll start at verse 19 again. Isaiah 60 and 19. The sun shall be no more thy light by day, neither for brightness shall the moon give light unto thee, but the Lord Yahweh shall be unto thee an everlasting light.
Boom, right there. That's showing you, hey, even everything that the Lord gave us, he's saying, you don't even need that. You just need me.
Exactly. And we was reading this in Revelation 22 last night. Let's see what verse that was. Revelation 22. Need some water?
No, I'm good.
Revelation. Okay. Revelation 22 and verse 5. And there shall be no night there, and they need no candle, neither light of the sun. For the Lord God giveth them light, and they shall reign forever and ever. And he said unto me, these sayings are faithful and true. And the Lord God of the holy prophets sent his angel to show unto his servants the things which must shortly be done. Behold, I come quickly. Blessed is he that keepeth the sayings of the prophecy of this book.
This is John 14, verse 12. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do, shall he do also. And greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto my Father. And whatsoever ye shall ask in my name, that I will do, that the Father may be glorified in the Son. If ye shall ask anything in my name, I will do it. If ye love me, keep my commandments. I will pray to the Father, and he shall give you another comforter, that he may abide with you forever. Even the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive, because it seeth him not, neither knoweth him, but ye know him, for he dwelleth with you, and shall be in you. I will not leave you comfortless, I will come to you. Perfect point right there. It's saying the Lord, hey, you don't need nothing else. You follow my ways, you do what I tell you to do, all you need is me. That's what YAHAWASHI is saying to us. And YAHAWASHI is saying, hey, look, I'll go to my Father on your behalf and be like, hey, take care of him. And he will. That's all we need, man.
We grab this with the brother Tazadaka put up Revelation chapter 2, starting at verse 25. Because the Lord took everything away from us right now. In these lifetimes that we're in, He done took everything away and left us only with Him, with the truth. And we come to find out that's all we need. That's all we ever needed. We don't actually lack anything. When Yahawadah told His disciples, when I told you to go and don't worry about possessions and worry about this or that, did you lack anything? They were like, no, we was taken care of. So even so it is with YAHAWASHI and us, even in the midst of this captivity, with all the cards stacked against us, we don't lack nothing, because all we ever needed was YAHAWASHI. We never needed that car, we never needed that house, we never needed that job, we never needed that woman, we never needed those fake friends, we never needed these so-called relatives, so-called, because Yahawadah even said, who's my mother, who are my brethren? Right here around me, that do the will of Yahweh, Shem Yahawadah, the same as my mother, father, brother, sister, so on and so forth. That's all we need is the truth. That's all we need is Yahweh, Shem Yahawadah.
And doing what He's asking us to do is making a case for us to plead to be innocent. And Yahweh Shem Yahawadah is saying, whoever, Job 4 verse 7, remember I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where you were righteous, the cut off. You know? So that's the Lord saying, hey, if you just listen, you got better chances, you know. But you know, if you go off and do your own thing, you're not listening. You're insubordinate. You're rebellious. You're gonna get cut off.
Brother put up 1 John 2:15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. And I'm not even going to do a video. I don't even need to do. We've done plenty of videos. All right, for the Dylan dude, you might as well just have a good day. We've done plenty of videos on the Gentiles in the New Testament. They're Israelite foreigners. They're not heathens. The promises and covenants are not unto the heathens. We've been over this millions of times. So just look it up. You don't need to be asking somebody on a live stream something that has nothing to even do with the lesson that we're having at hand right now. Just go look up a lesson. You run into it plenty of times. I don't have no opinion on what the scriptures say. The scriptures are all harmonious. They're all in agreement, and they don't contradict each other. It's always been about the nation of Israel, and that's it. Just to, you know, address that real quick, because it's the same thing. Everyone asks the same questions. Like the scriptures are going to say something different, or that we're going to say something different from the scriptures. You have to go into words. You have to go into prophecy. You have to go precept upon precept, line upon line, to get a proper understanding of everything that's being told. That's everything that's being recorded.
And on top of that, actually digesting what's being taught and actually retaining it. So actually listening to what is being brought out instead of waiting for an opportunity to say something.
Right. If thou wilt subdue thine own understanding, then I will show thee these things. Roughly paraphrasing the second Ezra. Subdue your own understanding. All right. The scriptures say, birds will resort unto their like, so will truth return unto them that practice in her. All right. So if this ain't for you, then it ain't for you. If you're over there with a certain doctrine, with a certain belief, why are you over here? Birds of a feather. Go over there, do your thing. You're not going to get us to agree. You're not going to get us to debate either. You might as well stop wasting your time. Anybody that come up, not to this guy specifically, I don't got nothing against you. I don't care, I don't know who you are. But in general, people got to understand, we don't got nothing to talk about.
It's a set of precedent going forward.
Right. What? So 1 John 2 and 15 again. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, is not of the Father, but is of the world. And the world passeth away, and the lust thereof. But he that doeth the will of Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Yahawashi, abideth forever. Right, because righteousness is immortal. Okay? Sirach 5 and 9. Winnow not with every wind, and go not into every way. For so doth the sinner that hath a double tongue. See? I'm not gonna.
Hey,
I'm not gonna do it all.
Saying, give not thy way unto foolish conversation. You know, like,
Right. Answer not fool according to his folly. Because the dude is asking a question. He's like, well, it's clear that you're not going to agree. Why'd you ask the question then? That's a double tongue, man. That's deceptive. Come on now.
That's
Anyway.
what those jakes that follow on IUIC that do all the what's his name? I forget his name, but he's the Ishmaelite looking dude.
On where?
What's his name? I'm forgetting his name. The one that's Vocab Malone.
Oh,
Always trying to, always trying to start a debate or this is what I think, or oh no, they got it wrong. It's actually they're always trying to twist it around the scriptures. So that's why there's so many confusing questions that come about instead of an actual legitimate one truth out of the scriptures.
You diving into all this type of stuff, it's like that's nothing but breeding confusion, bro. Hey, the scriptures say, and avoid foolish. I gotta grab it.
Yeah, I just quoted too.
There's one that said avoid endless genealogies, but there's another one that says
I think it's part of it.
Titus 3:9. But avoid foolish questions and genealogies and contentions and strivings about the law, for they are unprofitable and vain. So these guys are literally directly contradicting, directly disobeying the scriptures because they love debating. That's what they do. They debate. Bro, we're not called to do that, bro. We're called to seal the elect, to call the elect into repentance, to preach the gospel, man. We're not here for all this. If you don't believe, we don't care, bro. We don't care. We're going to do our videos for edification, but we're not here to argue with you. We're not here to convince you. Live your life, man.
What benefit is it to have a useless debate? Oh, we agree to disagree. What is learned?
That was a waste of time. It's not edification coming out of that, man. And it brings more confusion because then other Israelites going to be like, well, actually, that kind of...
I like what this one said versus what this one said. I want to take this. That's mixing the scriptures for your favor. The scriptures say not to do that either.
That's how my mom is. My mom, since I was a child, she always said, you got to go and you got to learn everything. We was learning about the Muslims. We were learning about the goddamn Korean church. We was learning about everything she wanted to learn about. I'm like, bro, at a certain point, because we was carrying on every wind of doctrine. We were searching for the truth. And I could see that. Looking back, my mom was searching for truth. But we done found it. When we found it, coming into the truth, you got to stick with it. Leave all that shit alone, because there was always something about these things that we were getting into that didn't make sense.
And what's even beautiful about that is there's nothing wrong with having an awareness of it to call it out for its wrongness.
Right. But trying to get into it like, well, I want to read the book of Jubilees. I want to learn about this and that, giants. Well, guess what? You already know giants are not real. That's fabulism. When the scripture is talking about giants, it's talking about the sons of God, not literal giants. You had men like Goliath that were hella tall, hella big, but there weren't literal giants, angels having sex with children. That's blasphemy. That's against the scriptures. So knowing that, just off of that simple fact, don't go into the book of Jubilees and Jasher. But no, well, you have to learn. No, you don't. Now you're trying to learn wickedness. The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom. Now you're going to confuse yourself. You're seeing all these bro, there was a comment section that my Rebbe showed me yesterday about these women debating, talking about if using sex toys is lawful. I'm like, why do you even want to do that? Why are you even getting into that conversation and trying to justify it? Now you're in a position where you're disobeying the scriptures, trying to teach, you're over here debating with each other, and not to mention, it's about something so perverse. You're putting a foreign object, plastic, that's bad for you, and you should already have a husband to handle that. Of course that's unlawful. Of course that's inexpedient. But why are we talking? Well, the scriptures don't literally say, bro. The scriptures don't literally say white people. The scriptures don't literally say that the Most High is against transformers. It don't literally mention transformers. It says, about cross-dressing. Men shall not wear that which pertains to women. Women shall not wear that which pertains to men. But it don't say nothing about living life as a woman. Or it may not verbatim say certain things, but the scriptures actually do give laws, give commandments on these things.
Because think about it. If it was explicitly written in that manner, Esau would just go a different direction.
He would destroy the Bible, bro.
Yeah. Oh, it means specific? Oh, well, this doesn't exist yet, so we don't even know what it is, and then call it something else. Man.
Right. Bro, the Bible was written, especially dealing with the Gentiles in the New Testament. The apostles wrote the letters in code. They spoke the way they did because they were under Roman persecution. They had to speak in a way that didn't incite Roman persecution. That they could, because they knew, well, according to prophecy, the word would go out to everyone. So in order for the elect to get this word in a wise manner, it was a Yahawashi spoken parable. It's not for them, it's for you.
And that's beautiful because Ephesians 6:12 goes into we wrestle not with flesh and blood, but against principalities. And the scriptures are also written in a principle manner. It doesn't need to be absolutely specific. It's the entire direction that you're trying to go in that it's going to cancel out. Because if it's not aligned with this, it's wrong. It doesn't need to go into, well, like how these laws are written by Esau Edom. Yeah, he's very specific with his laws, but the Lord is like, look, what I said is what I said. You're trying to pigeonhole it into your favor. That in and of itself is going off.
Right. Because you have to be a critical thinker, bro. The Lord not dealing with no idiots, no slow bellies. The Lord is dealing with people that have common sense, that have the Holy Spirit.
There's a future chipping station.
Matter of fact, I'll turn the camera.
Future chipping station. That one blood gonna be one prick.
Big red bus.
There you go.
That is going to turn into a chipping station.
Yep.
They're going to come straight to your neighborhood to incentivize it, make it easy for you.
Get on the bus and get blood today. It literally says that on the top.
And they'll offer money. They'll offer UBI, Universal Basic Income. Because Jake already, shit, you trying to go down to the clinic about to get that money for that plasma. Jake already crazy about the plasma, the sperm donations. Jake trying to get to the bag by any means necessary. So if they incentivize the chip, they're going to give you a burger and fries. We're going to give you UBI. We're going to give you a membership.
Look at what they did during the CV-19. They were, hey, you can get a couple $100 for getting the booster.
Right.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then all the people who've gotten, they've been dropping like flies, man.
Right. You're getting paid to be an experiment, and eventually you're gonna die. So what good is the money? They're gonna get it right back.
So literally saying, I wonder what this does. Stick. You can't sue me for that.
Exactly.
What a fucking demon, bro.
All these terms, hella terms and conditions, and he does it on purpose. Because nobody gonna read all that shit.
Exactly. Get a new iPhone. Read the terms and conditions. Any update that you do, you'll want to throw that phone away.
Right.
But it's too necessary to have it right now, so we just, it is what it is. Same thing with, not even just iPhone.
It's the same thing with Android, honestly, because I used to be an Android elitist. Like, bro, get you an Android, you can do this, you can do that. Well, it don't matter, because your privacy ain't private.
It's all the same shit.
It's the same shit, bro. You might have a couple perks. You can do, certain modifications easier with Android.
Yeah.
File transfers easier with Android. It's not always super cloud-based, but it's essentially the same thing. It's a part of the same system. So it don't really matter.
But even that, the same thing with politics, man. The left wing and right wing, it's attached to the same damn bird anyway.
Right. Same bird, different feather, different wing.
Same shit, different toilet.
Right.
Not even actually.
Different shit, same toilet.
Yeah.
Right.
But,
Babylon's that big ass, stinky ass toilet. Right.
Circling the drain now in this time.
Right.
Look at all the LA riots and shit going on.
Yeah.
Was it? No, there's a protest. Something against kings. I was just looking
No
at
Kings
it.
protest.
The No Kings protest.
We're trying to do that this Saturday.
The same day, Trump is out here trying to celebrate his birthday on it, spending $90 million in taxpayer dollars. Man, let's see what that's gonna breed this Saturday.
And they're doing it on purpose. Order out of chaos. They're bringing the chaos. They're bringing the agitation to the people, and then they're gonna introduce the solution. Problem, reaction, solution. It's all about it. It's all on purpose, man. But it's all prophecy, though. Esau's doing these things because he was prophesied to do these things. All right.
Most, I think it's what, like up to 15 to 1,800 protests all over the country. Everybody's mad, bro. This shit's about to kick off into a race war.
I wanted to grab Revelation 2 and 25. But that which ye have already hold fast till I come. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron. See, because this is a part of what we're about to inherit. We're about to inherit rulership over the nations. All right, we're about to inherit power. We're about to inherit the earth. It's going to belong to us under our King of Kings and Lord of Lords, Yahawashi. Right? This is a part of what the Lord is going to reward his sons. All right? Because the prince inherits the kingdom. And we're all princes of the power. It says, and he shall rule over them. He shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, meaning they're going to crumble before our might, and they won't be able to stand up to us. Even as I received of my Father, and I will give him the morning star. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. And the churches are different bodies of Israelites, different groups of Israelites, scattered across the four winds of the earth. No? Con, if you had anything else? Pretty good.
Well, I was just going into, when you were talking about your mom going into other religions.
Oh, yeah.
17:2 and 23. But foolish and unlearned questions avoid knowing that they gender stripes. And then the
Right.
NLT that says, again, I say, don't get involved in foolish, ignorant arguments that only start fights.
Essentially, that's all it does.
Because I've had the conversation with my own mother. She's a Jehovah's Witness. I was raised on that. She came into that at 18 years old when she came from Haiti to America. Adopted that wholeheartedly and did not let anything else in. So all this time, you know, I'm over here telling her, hey, you know. That's my Rick's client. That's the iOS.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he tried calling me on Instagram. I was like, man, I ain't got time for that.
What y'all doing?
We're preaching the Bible to our people, the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans.
Hey, y'all.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm powerful, though. So I don't believe in all that. What I meant to talk about.
All right, bro.
How's it going, bud? See, and all these people that are walking by are just marking themselves, man. Marking themselves for judgment. Come over here to, oh, I know what you're talking about. You not want to put any effort? That's the Lord trying to bring you the truth. Because I called, you have not answered. You just said, I know what you're talking about. And just walk off. The Lord gonna remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody that walks past, this is your chance. But, you know, they scoff, they mock, they make jokes, they don't hearken. What we're doing here is hearkening unto the YAHAWASHI's word. They don't. And it's going, we're going to go through our own shit in Jacob's trouble, but they're going to have it way worse.
Right.
Way
That's
worse.
not
Lord
gonna be
willing.
double.
Lord willing, we're a part of that number. We actually get beaten up in those chariots. That's what we pray for. But hey, they're going to have it worse. They're going to have no hope. Ah, shit, I walked past them. What was the name? It was Yahuwah, Yahshua, whatever. And they're going to get caught up.
gonna be an ugly sight. It's not gonna be pretty.
And we gonna laugh at y'all because we warned y'all. And Yahawadah, he's gonna laugh too.
Mm-hmm.
We just gonna be over here, Lord willing, right behind him. Yep, him too. Get him
Right.
too. I want that one.
At him, and thou shalt laugh. Right? I also laugh at your calamity and your fear when it cometh. The Lord gonna be laughing through his prophets. Man.
Look at the way that they were carrying themselves, man. He had gold grills in his mouth. And his woman, I don't know if that was his woman or not, but she came out here with no bra, no underwear, no nothing, all that stuff stuffed all up in there. You can see her lips all over the place. It's bad, bro. Like, that's how fucked up our people are, man. You can't even talk no sense into them. You know they're gonna be on some dumb shit. They're completely locked into this world. They don't want to hearken onto YAHAWASHI, man. That's what's gonna get destroyed. That's the 2/3. Lord willing, they have the spirit on them to actually repent and to throw away their old ways, but
It's not looking good for our people, man.
yeah. But it will. We'll see y'all in the second round, Lord.
Right. As we read in Isaiah 60, thy people shall be all righteous, man. It's gonna take this purification process for them to come back. Right. You know? Brother put up Leviticus chapter 25 and 44. Both thy bondmen and thy bondmaids which thou shalt have shall be of the heathen that are round about you. Of them shall ye buy bondmen and bondmaids. Moreover, of the children of the strangers that do sojourn among you, of them shall ye buy, and of their families that are with you, which they begat in your land, and they shall be your possession. And ye shall take them as an inheritance for your children after you, to inherit them for. Hey, King Solomon said, I've seen generations of servants grow up in my household. So we're gonna be the same way. We're gonna have generations of servants living and dying in our households.
They're going to be brought back.
Right. They're gonna be regenerated. We're gonna be immortal. We're gonna see our children, their children, their children. It's gonna be a beautiful thing. Right? And ye shall take them as an inheritance for your children after you, to inherit them for a possession. They shall be your bondmen forever. But over your brethren, the children of Israel, ye shall not rule one over another with rigor. All right?
Yeah,
So that's the Lord.
Right down there. We've been walking.
Oh, yeah. So,
Sticking out like a sore thumb, that neon pink.
right.
That's nasty.
Trying to be seen. Yeah, man, our people are destroyed. The only way for them to be restored is to be put to death by pain, man. And that's the remedy that the Lord is going to bring in these last days.
That's great culture, man.
That shit got
It's not even our own culture.
Mm-hmm.
It's our own customs been twisted into such heinous ways back onto us, man.
Right.
That right there is a smile for the CIA.
Sure.
That is a smile for the CIA right there. They were like, we winning.
We got it. Make it that day.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. We're going to go ahead and close it out. We pray this is edifying, exhorting, and uplifting for the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, QADASH. This order upon me to bring out this lesson. This order upon us to bring out this lesson. Word. Keep pushing, keep praying, keep fasting, keep enduring, keep striving for the truth unto death. YAHAWASHI, and keep fighting in faith. Abad Babal, form Yasharala, stay strong where you must home. Shalom, shalom. YAHAWAH al Habakharyam, meaning peace and blessings upon the elect. YAHAWASHAM, YAHAWASHI, we may be part of that number. The water for tuning in, the water for the precepts. May the blessing of election be upon all your households. Ahabatam, love y'all. And double honors to the apostles and elders of the millstone once again. And blessings, honor, glory, and power be unto Yahawah or YAHAWASHI, from Yad Wa HALALYAM, always and forever. And we give all praises, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Shalom.
Shalom.